Previously on that Cthulhu John.
People, just please try to remain calm. You hear over the speaker in the art gallery. You see something horrifying. You see what looks like a very tall humanoid-esque figure, but its arms are extremely long. It has long, sharp claws on it. Teeth are jagged and pointed. It has what looks like maybe some sort of horns or branches growing out of its head. You see on its forehead a small circular scar. As you're running towards the back, you see a hand reach over the auctioneer block, grab the auctioneer by its head, just lift him up off the ground with the statue in his hand.
Holy crap.
What is happening out there?
It's some freaking costume.
The screams. There's so many screams out there. Someone starts yelling something very loudly, something in Russian. All of a sudden, all of the air kind of almost gets sucked out of the room. It seems like the weather had just suddenly cleared out of nowhere. Someone else kind of runs up real quick, grabs the statue.
Hey there, that doesn't belong to you. Can I take after him?
I'm going to say you punch him right in the gut, but you wind up breaking a rib on him. And this guy drops down to his knees and just kind of completely knock the wind out of him, and the statue falls out of his hands.
I pick it up and start walking back to the gallery with it.
What the shit? It's broken, it's useless, it's worthless now.
I feel like I'm just like running down the street like a lunatic. Someone needs to help them.
Some of the people look like they were kind of scratched up.
To Walter, they just got hit with glass or something, right? He's not exactly sure what the hell just happened in there because he never even saw the weird creature, right?
Eventually the police do show up. Seems to be a pretty common story. What we're hearing is some sort of wild animal might have gotten in here. There wasn't any snow anywhere else.
It was so thick inside that you could barely see anything. There was so much confusion and yelling, and I don't know, it was just, it all happened so fast.
Welcome to that Cthulhu John.
Hello, thanks for joining us for that Cthulhu John episode 6. We are a real play called Cthulhu Podcast. I am George, your keeper of arcane lore, and with me are my friends and investigators, Chad.
What's up?
Chuck.
You.
And Jenny.
Hello.
All right, so guys, last time we left off, there was a big attack at the Ventucci Art Gallery. Some people got killed, some people got maimed.
Some people got punched.
There was some sort of weird, gangly,
Freaking costume.
monstrous humanoid figure that you guys saw. Well, most of you guys saw.
Oh.
Walter actually did not see it.
Now what did I do with them spectacles?
It's a good thing I wore my plot armor.
So, after that attack, the statue there was a bit of a skirmish with the statue. Someone tried to make off with it, but thankfully Lenny stopped that from happening, and he managed to bring the statue back to the curator, who then lamented that the statue was not destroyed but damaged in the chaos that had ensued before. Lenny, where did you go from there after you dropped off the statue with the curator?
I had gone out the back door, where Walter and Heather had gone. Looking around and not seeing them, I mean, I guess, obviously some time had passed. I think I'd probably walk to the street, off to the side of the loading dock, and maybe start moving to my car, or just, nonchalantly walking down the street looking around.
Okay. You don't see anything. It's actually eerily calm around here right now.
I'm probably pretty shook, watching over my shoulder.
Mm-hmm. You did see something
That was
otherworldly,
fucking weird, but
but you're not sure if what you saw was real or
so
not.
much snow. I mean, like I could barely see through, the squall. Yeah, it looked like a freaking costume to me.
I was waiting for someone to use the word squall the whole time. I swear I just heard that word last year.
That's a good one.
What do you guys do with the rest of your Friday then? Let's start with Walter. You got your information taken down by the cops and everything. What do you do with the rest of your Friday?
I'd like to contact Detective Thompson directly, actually.
Okay. So you call after you get all of your information, take it down and everything. We're going to say it's about 4:30, 5 o'clock, something like that. We'll say about 5 o'clock. And you call Detective Thompson's office, Friday, 5 o'clock. And you get a voicemail, or not a voicemail, a answering machine. Yes.
Okay.
You get an answering machine that says, "This is Thompson. If it's important, you have the number to reach me at." Beep.
Detective Thompson, this is Walter Pendergast. I just wanted to contact you at your earliest convenience. There have been some developments in the case involving the disappearance of one Mildred Thiebley, and had some additional information to pass along. Rather urgent.
Beep. All right. Answering machine cuts you off there. So, what do you do after you leave that message for Detective Thompson?
I would imagine that he probably went back to Joe Clocks and left that message from the little study that he has in the back room area.
Okay.
And then after that, I'd probably go to finish the rest of his day at the bookstore. Maybe check in with some of my antique dealers in the neighborhood and see if there's any new pieces that are of interest or might be of interest to Walter. If I got a little free time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just calling around for
Just
antiques.
a normal Friday.
Just a freaking Friday.
Yeah.
Really partying it up.
I assume, given the business that he deals in, that he's probably got a few different antique dealers in town, and might be
I would
like
think
2 or
he would.
3 that he would check in on a regular basis with him.
I would think you would.
Friday being a hot day, he's got Saturday and Sunday where he can actually do things that he cares about personally.
Right.
No better time to check out.
All right. So you call around a couple of your buddies, a couple of your antiquing buddies, just seeing what's anything hot, anything new coming in. One of your buddies who does some more art restoration kind of stuff says that he got some pretty cool paintings that came in today, but nothing that's really attention grabbing to you anyway.
Well, such as the luck of the draw, no problems. And I guess keeps it cordial, That's or just kind of keeping current with the other dealers in the neighborhood. What about at the bookstore? Anybody coming in with any interesting stuff? Or normal business day for the rest of the afternoon? Figure he'll do his 12 to 8 like usual.
Not a whole lot comes in for the bookstore. Not a very busy day Friday.
Where are my nerds at?
Yeah.
He thinks to himself.
So, what did Heather do for the rest of that day?
Like what
I
time?
remember she was at a bar at an Italian restaurant.
What time was it? Like about when she got there?
When she got there, it was closer to about 4 o'clock. I'm gonna say.
Okay. I want to say she drank for like a solid hour, but like pretty fast.
Okay.
Too. And
Okay.
then
really knocking them back.
yeah. And she asked for
Is this the cheapest white wine?
she asked if she could use their phone because she's gonna call a cab at this point.
Okay. All right. So you use their phone to call a cab.
Yeah. And I get a cab home, but I'm like progressively getting drunker. Like I'm like on the ride. It's like building in me how drunk I am.
I gotcha. Do you puke on the ride home?
No, but I'm like getting a little like mad, like belligerent, where I'm like, I'm gonna call Thompson, and I'm like pissed. Cause
Gotcha.
like how,
Okay.
yeah. So then I get in and I call him.
When you get home?
Yeah.
So you call Detective Thompson's office, and you get a answering machine that says, "This is Thompson. If it's important, you got the number." Beep.
Thompson, this is Heather. Millie's niece. The one with the statue that you never heard of, but there's an auction that's all over the TV about it, and you never heard of it, and now there's a bloodbath. If you could give me a call back, that would be great.
All right, so it's Thompson's going to have a couple messages for him when he gets back to the office.
He's gonna hate this case by the end of the day.
And Lenny, what do you do for the rest of Friday?
I think after I got back to the truck, I probably would have drove around a little bit to see if I could find Heather. But I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna start looking through businesses and stuff. So if without seeing her, I suppose I might head to, I don't know, I might just head home. Listen to the news radio.
All right. So Heather, after you get home, you call Detective Thompson. You do have work tonight at the bar.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Your shift doesn't start till 6:30.
All right. So I probably take like a little nap and then take a shower, some coffee, try and sober up. I'm feeling like a little more normal, but like terrible at the same time. Like absolutely like hungover as
right.
shit.
You just been through a fucking lot and just had a couple glasses of white wine before you
Like,
went home.
oh, white wine.
Going to work drunk.
I had like
You're supposed to get
bottle
drunk
of
at
white
work,
wine.
not go to work drunk.
That's absolutely right.
So, Heather, you get go through your routine of put on your makeup and get maybe a quick shower after your nap.
Yeah, I'm gonna say she looks a little rough going in too. Like she doesn't really do it up. Like she's just like not her usual aquanetted self.
I gotcha.
But did you wash off what you thought a rich person was supposed to look like?
Yes.
And go back to your regular.
My knockoff Elizabeth Taylor white diamonds. Gosh.
Yeah, fancy. So you get to the bar, and Sal's behind the bar there, and he goes, "Hey there, Heather, you're a little late."
Sorry, Sal. I saw I was at an auction to get my aunt statue, and
Best excuse ever.
I saw a monster kill a bunch of people.
What?
I don't know. Somebody like maybe it was like a bear broke the window, and it's a long story. I don't know. And then a bunch of people died, and I got the cops.
Hold on a second. And he turns around and goes to the television and turns up the volume. And you can see at the bottom of the television screen, it says Ventucci Art Gallery. And there's a reporter there, and it says, as he turns up the volume, you hear the reporter go. And on the scene today at the Ventucci Art Gallery, there was some sort of wild animal break-in. Many people were injured on the scene. Some were taken to the hospital. And a lot of the artworks that were here have been damaged. Priceless works that will never be able to be replaced, along with, of course, lives that have been lost. Real shame here out in Bala-Cynwyd. Back to you, Steve. And it goes back to the other one. And Sal turns the volume back down, turns back to you, Heather, and goes, "Were you involved with this?"
That's the one. I was there. It was broken glass and snow inside. I think I saw a bear eat a man.
Holy crap. Heather, you okay? You sure you want to be working tonight?
I don't want to be home, so I'll just stay here because maybe I'll see Lenny. He was there too.
If you feel comfortable working, just you have my number if anything goes wrong, okay? Take it easy.
All right,
And he,
Sal, thanks.
kind of puts on a jacket and leaves the bar. He counts out his till, puts on his jacket, and then leaves the bar. There's a couple people there at the bar. Not too many. 5. They're all regulars. They all have the drinks in front of them right now. And Lenny, what are you doing?
After I listen to news radio or whatever on the way home, but I probably shower and eat real quick, and I think I might also head to the fireside.
On your news radio, on the way back, you listen to do you listen to the sports station?
No, I'm listening for anything about that whole shindig. I guess KYW. I'll get little blurbs,
Oh, okay.
and I'll get weather every 10 minutes. Traffic.
Yeah. So on KYW there, they kind of mentioned the same things that the news broadcast mentioned about the Ventucci Art Gallery having some sort of animal attack and loss of lives and property.
I'm just like yelling at the radio in my car if anyone was to look. I'm just like furiously pointing at the console. That's fucking bullshit. I was there. That was no fucking bear. I seen a bear. That's no fucking bear.
Lenny getting hype in his car.
It's a fucking man.
Bad costume.
I don't know how they blew that window open
a
or
man
got
in
the
a bear
snow
suit.
inside, but they must have had some kind of truck with a snowblower on it or something. These thieves, these guys really knew what they were doing.
Was the case to join out, waited for winter.
Real elaborate, like
Some real pros.
is
They
the
got a snow machine.
criminals of the future.
Okay.
So Lenny, you make it down to the after you get home and get changed and everything, you make it down to the Fireside Tavern where Heather is working. Once you get there, guess you guys meet eyes, and what's the first thing you guys talk about?
I kind of give her a nod and look around at all the other people. I go to my usual spot. I lean over, put down some money. I say, "Holy shit! What was that? I'm glad you made it out of there. I drove around looking for you.
Is there anybody sitting near you?
Let's do some shots."
Yeah.
There's no one sitting. There's no
Like,
one
not
sitting
right
in the
next to
vicinity
him?
of Lenny right
Okay.
now.
Okay.
I'm
I
kind of keeping
probably,
it down a little bit.
I probably just grab his shoulders and I'm like, what the fuck? What was that?
There was some very good art thieves, if you ask me. Little movie magic.
You think that was a person?
Yeah, sure. They're doing a lot with, special effects and latex these days.
I don't know. I was pretty close, and that didn't look like any person I've ever seen or any costume for Halloween.
There was a lot of snow in there. I mean, it was hard to see anything. What about your old man buddy there? What happened to him?
I don't know.
Get his face eaten?
I didn't see him get his face eaten,
Well, that's good.
but I did. I lost track of everyone. I just ran.
Holy shit.
How did you get out?
Well, I kind of hid in the office for a little bit. I chased down a would-be thief.
Wait, the ones that broke the window?
No, one of the guys sitting there, he grabbed the statue and ran.
So you have it?
No, I went back to the gallery. I thought about it. It would have been me stealing it if I kept it. I couldn't do that.
You did the right thing.
But I think it might be broken. That Italian broad, she had some choice words that I didn't quite understand.
How can you even tell when it's broken? That thing was horrifying.
I mean, we know an antiques restorer. Maybe we'll get maybe get the old guy to call him up. Well, I know that statue probably should belong to you, but I guess that's for the police to figure out. Sorry there, Heather.
Oh, I don't even care. I'm just glad I got out alive. You too.
I don't think you want that thing around. Too many bad memories as it is.
I don't know how I feel about that statue anyway, but I'm curious if old man Walter got out.
He's a tough old battle ex.
Oh wait,
You do have his card.
That's right. I think I
Keeps
call
leaving
him.
those on my window with little notes. I throw them away.
On the other side, it says "Stop parking." Yes.
Stop
You have
parking
parking
4
out
fifths
front
of the
of your
way in the
house. Why do you
street.
park out front of my house?
Don't move my trash cans.
That's such a South Philly thing.
Yeah, he puts a chair in the
Yeah,
street
the
and
chair.
pulls out. Oh fuck.
All right. So do you give Walter a call from the bar?
Yeah, I forgot I had his card. So yeah, I want to say that I say to Lenny, "Am I crazy if I give him a call?" I'm a little worried for him.
He seems like your aunt's friend. I mean, I guess he's wrapped up in this too. And if you're worried, give him a call. Who cares?
All right, so I definitely I give him a call.
Okay. Before you get a ring and your phone in your back study there, Walter. But this is prior to getting the call from Heather. You get another call. When you answer the phone, I guess you say hello. The voice on the other end says, Yes, is this Mr. Pendergast?
Yes, Mrs. Bellagrosa, was it?
Yes, this is Vanessa Bellagrosso.
Oh, I didn't know your first name. What can I do for you?
Well, Mr. Pendergast, there was the auction today where there was a horrible accident. I still don't know what exactly happened. However, our main piece, the Djukanovic statue, was damaged in the process of the chaos that happened today, and we needed to be restored. We were wondering if you do restorations of artwork, sir.
Well, I am not specialized in artwork specifically, but I'd be happy to take a look and see if there's any skill I might lend to the situation.
She says to you, very well. I will come by tomorrow to your bookshop to drop off the item in question.
Well, yes, I suppose the
To go over with you, you see.
gallery is quite a wreck, I suppose. There'd be no point coming there. Very well. The bookstore is on Chestnut Street, and I give her the street address.
Okay.
But come to think of it, I'm not generally here on Saturdays. What time would you like to meet? Takes out his planner and pencil.
Okay, so she wants to meet you tomorrow. She'll meet you at the bookstore. How's noon sound, she asks.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. I'll make sure to get here a little early just in case. May I ask, how severe is the damage, and what portion of the statue received the damage?
She says, well, it was the top of the statue. It has a bit of a hole in it right now.
Okay. Were you able to recover any of the damaged pieces from the statue by chance? Or will we be fabricating something new?
She goes, I'm not sure exactly what the process would be, but I think that would be more left to, say, your expertise, Mr. Pendergast.
Very well. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow then.
She says, yes, thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, and she hangs
That was
up
the most
with you.
polite she's ever been.
After you get the call from her,
I was surprised. I was waiting for her to go off the handle.
Oh yeah, she's a real bitch a Rooney Dooney.
Now she actually needs something. She's not like mega bitch.
and after you get the call from her, though, you get another phone call in your back room. This time, when it answers, it is Heather.
Oh, Heather, thank goodness. Are you okay?
Yeah, I just wanted to check in on you. Me and Lenny are at the fireside, and I don't know what the hell we just saw, but I just wanted to make sure you were okay. I feel like I say it like a little bit like I feel weird about it. Like now that he's answered the phone, I'm like, wait, am I friends with him? Like, what am I doing?
He pauses a moment and he says, "Well, that's very thoughtful of you. Thank you." You can kind of maybe hear like the the wiping his brow kind of sound.
She's not gonna be a
Receivers.
fucking bitch to me again, like usual.
This is the guy that did it!
This is
It seems like just yesterday you accused him of murder and kidnapping.
I know. Oh.
maybe she's trying to set me up. No, I'm just
Perfect fool guy.
Yeah, gosh, it was such a hectic scene, and I looked around for you afterwards, but didn't see you. What time is it, actually? I look at my clock. Or a clock.
I'm going to say it's close to 7 o'clock now.
He says, well, I'm still here for another hour, but I could definitely stop by the fireside after work. There's something kind of interesting that has come up since then. That lady that yells a lot just called me not too long ago. I'm sorry, the lady from the gallery, Bellagrosa.
The one with the shoulder pads?
That one, yeah. I guess if you guys stick around, I'll get there when I can and fill you guys in then.
I'm not going anywhere.
Well, all right. Hopefully the next hour or so will go by quick.
Glad to hear you still have a head.
What?
Nothing. Just
Might hear in the
Weird day.
background. Yeah, that makes one of us.
Huh. Yeah, I probably should ask you a few questions. There was so much snow, and I know I saw some blood, but I'm really not even sure what happened earlier.
Yeah, I'll explain it when you get down here. I don't even know if my eyes were right. I don't know, but it's a lot of people around here right now.
Yeah, of course. He kind of clears his throat and says, well, it's only about an hour and a half away from South Philly, so I guess I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. You need anything? You want me to bring anything to the bar?
If you have any aspirin, that would be great.
You got it. And he hangs up.
As you guys are at the bar waiting for Walter to get there, the newscast picks up and it says, in sports today, looks like Houston Oilers quarterback Jack Cannon will not be returning to the NFL following his mental break on the field this past December. It cuts to footage of the Houston Oilers. You see the quarterback step back from a lineup into a pocket for a pass. Then he rips off his helmet, drops the ball, and starts attacking all the offensive linemen. His teammates and some of the Cleveland Browns even help to hold him down. And you see the camera start to zoom in on his face, and he's screaming, "You're all dead! None of you are alive! Can't you see? Can't you see it now?" And then it goes back to the sports reporter, and it says, Jack Cannon has no prior history of mental breakdowns, but that pressure can get to you.
What the fuck?
All right, so next hour or two passes by pretty quick before Walter finally gets there. Walter, you enter in the Fireside Tavern.
And take a look around. How many people are up in this place by the time I get there?
By the time you get there, there's 7 people there, including Lenny.
Okay. Well, if anybody makes eyes, give them a nod.
Hey there, Walt.
Hang my jacket. And take a seat down there next to Lenny. Hey, pal. How are you today? Glad to see you made it out of there.
I don't know what to say. It was pretty weird. Some shit went down. Pretty sure a lot of people were getting killed. But I don't know how they did it. I've been trying to figure it out. This is a very professional team we're dealing with. A lot of funds. You know, a lot of resources.
What exactly are you implying there? You mean it's
The art thieves. Whoever broke that window and came in that costume.
This is what I thought it was like an animal. What do you mean? I didn't actually see anything. There was so much snow around. I looked around and I saw a lot of chaos and commotion. But you know, that animal when it yelled or growled or made that noise, that was enough for me. Between the screams and that, I knew it was time to go.
I don't know. It looked like something out of a movie. Is all I could say. You know, it didn't look like no bear. I seen a bear.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's not really many bear in Philadelphia. I wonder if there was like a circus animal that got away. You know, Barnum and Bailey might have been in the area recently. Kind of shrugs in the winter. I don't know. Maybe that's more of a summer act. Kind of.
I don't remember hearing about no circus.
Am I there? Like, am I there where you guys are talking? Am I?
I guess so, unless you're
Yeah.
That's
serving
what I
somebody
mean.
else. But yeah, it's your job to listen and chime in
Yeah.
on every conversation.
Because that wasn't any fucking bear.
What do you mean you didn't see anything? You didn't see that big tall guy like chomping on people's heads or whatever he was doing?
I never saw a person
see a
that looked like
weapon,
that
but-
in my life. It was like a monster beast man with a hole in his head or
He had arms, he had legs, he had hair. That was a dude.
not normal ones.
It was a huge friggin' guy, you know, maybe one of the Sixers or something.
Walter looks really confused. He's like, I can't tell if you're being serious right now.
What else would it be? Well, I mean, you said you didn't see anything, so, you know, I can't describe it. It was a costume. I don't know. Like, something out of Hollywood.
Clears his throat. He says, Heather, I think I might need one of those cores and a shot. Whiskey, if you please.
Yeah, get him too. Get me too. Get yourself too.
Yeah, I'll definitely be having
kinda-
one with you.
He ponders everything you guys just said. Kind of rubs his hands a little bit. I guess some of what you're saying kind of makes sense. I mean, there was definitely a lot of blood. I mean, something had to attack those people.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I never seen nothing like it. That was freaky, elaborate. But I mean, there ain't no such thing as monsters.
Yeah, of course. I mean, this is the real world we live in. This isn't the Gremlins. And this is, but
I haven't made it out to the theater.
oh yeah, it's a good one. You should.
I'll see it when it comes out on Betamax.
It's,
I don't know. Maybe all the
You know-
wind and the snow was getting in my eyes, but I just, yeah. Maybe I'm too shooken up. Maybe it was Wilt Chamberlain. I don't know.
You got a lot going on this week. You know, you ain't still missing, and you know now with all the freak weather and bear attacks. I guess
Yeah, you're right. I gotta get my head on straight.
you're just a little shaken. There's no way that was some kind of creature.
So Lenny's a little skeptical of everything that he's actually seen. Even though he's seen it with his own eyes, still skeptical of it, huh?
You know, there ain't no such thing as ghosts or monsters or aliens or predators or big feats.
slams an empty shot. Well, not slams, but sets an empty shot glass down. Takes a few swigs off his beer. He says, well, I guess at the very least, we got to tell that detective there's some kind of connection there, right?
Oh.
This is,
Don't invite him around here.
Funny thing, I may have tied a bit of a load on and called him when I got home, and I wasn't great. I don't fully remember the whole thing, but maybe I'll leave the next call up to you, Walter.
well, yeah, I guess at this point I'm waiting for a call back, but he says, with that in mind, I mean, from what Millie told you, I mean, you think that's the same statue, right? I mean, I never actually saw it, so I can't say for 100%.
It's
but,
gotta be. It was disgusting,
it's
and what she described was
so
disgusting.
specific.
I mean, how many statues really look like that?
Well, that and the artist is pretty rare. I mean, he disappeared in the 40s, and nobody's ever seen him or heard from him ever again. I mean, how much artwork by this guy can there possibly be floating around in Philadelphia? I mean, how much artwork could he have ever made? And for that matter, having been shipped here to Philadelphia from Russia.
That's why I don't understand why this freaking cop didn't call us. Like, he knows something. I'm telling you, he was lying when I talked to him. I know it.
Yeah, there were some Russian guys there. You know, I wonder if they had something to do with it. You know, inside men.
Well, that's the thing that I was going to tell Thompson. He says, right before I left, one of them shouted something in Russian, and then everything went quiet. Like, you know, like maybe they were giving the orders or something.
Goddamn communist Ruski.
He frowns a little bit at that, and he gulps down the other shot and sets that one down on the bar. Yeah, takes a few more gulps of that course.
You guys want another
It's
round?
like the one.
This podcast has been brought to you by
We're
Coors.
definitely gonna need another one of those. Takes the last
And
swig of the beer and sets that one down too.
All right, so you guys kind of tie one on and discuss what happened during the rest of the day. How late do you guys stay there drinking and talking?
I'm off tomorrow.
I would say late.
All of
Yeah,
it?
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Until
let's
the
stay.
end.
Let's do it. Yes, mate. You know, close the windows. Fuck it. Close the curtains.
Yeah, make you guys flip the
Wait.
stools for me.
All right.
Well,
Yeah.
Walter says,
All right.
well, at a certain point, probably like 11:30 or so, he's probably like, you know, I should probably slow down. I got to meet with that Bella Grossa tomorrow. She wants me to take a look at the statue and see if I can fix it. So she called me shortly before I came here.
Just suit yourself. I'll have another.
Me too.
And he says, how about a water?
All
Gets
right.
a little drink in. Gets a little drink in while he gets his drink in.
Yeah, he doesn't really drink all that much.
I
Right?
mean, he does like to drink socially. I mean, I would imagine there's probably some Center City bars, you know, the Gold Club maybe, and stopping events occasionally, and probably a few other favorites that are in walking distance to Chestnut Street. But
I feel like he's a Grand Marnier
he's not
guy.
like a heavy drinker. He's a smaller dude too,
Grand
so
Marnier.
Grand Marnier.
can't really drink too many. Probably like a nice ice cold Dos Equis or something.
80s was all about import beers.
Yeah, shots.
Yeah. So you guys close out the bar. Oh, I'm sorry. Walter doesn't close out the bar, but Lenny and Heather do.
Yeah, buddy.
Walter, you go home around 11:30. Just kind of turn in for the night, or do anything in particular,
Probably.
or do you close out the bar with these guys?
No, probably wouldn't stay that late, but he would actually leave the aspirin, or at least offer some to Heather before he leaves. Because I was thinking that glass of water was probably going to be what he washed down his with, just in case. Preemptively fighting off any potential
Yeah.
hangovers. He has one and a full glass of water before he leaves. He's been in the game long enough to know a few tricks himself.
All right. So Walter, you headed out a little bit earlier than everyone else. Go in to home and just kind of turn in for the night.
Yeah, probably drinks another glass of water, just kind of rehydrate,
Right.
pass out.
And Lenny and Heather close out the bar. Heather or Lenny, do you walk Heather home?
Yeah, I guess so. Stumble mostly.
Kind of stumble,
Both of us, yeah.
Both of you probably stumble back to her place. Yeah.
Sun's probably coming up, yelling.
People are going to work.
You get to your house. Lenny, you say your goodbyes.
All right, be safe there. Sweet dreams.
Heather, you come in. There's no sign of your roommate anywhere, but you do see a flashing light on your answering machine.
Okay. I'll listen to it.
So on your answering machine, message plays back and says, "This message is for Heather Snakehole. This is Roxborough Memorial Hospital calling. You've been listed for the emergency contact for Mildred Thiebley, and she has been turned up and is in the hospital with us now. She's in pretty bad condition, but if you could come visit her, please.
What?
Thank you. Call us back."
No fucking way.
I could have swore that bitch was dead after somebody had unloaded on her.
Yeah. What time? It's daytime.
Well, isn't that
it's
special?
daytime now, right? Like the sun is up.
Oh, you guys stayed that late. You like closed the bar and like
Yeah.
kept drinking.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it is daytime. Wow. Okay, so you got a message late last night on your answering
shit.
machine.
bad timing.
I guess I call the hospital. I don't know. I want to say I just get a cab. Like I'm like pissed drunk, and like not like making a whole bunch of like logical sense. So I just like immediately call a cab to go down there, like in the same
Okay.
outfit. Just fucking.
All right. So Heather, you take a cab all the way up to Roxborough Memorial Hospital. We said the sun was coming up, which means it had to have been like 7 in the morning or something like that. We'll say it takes about another hour to get to Roxborough Hospital. When you get there, people at the front desk direct you to Millie's room or to Millie's floor. And the head nurse on the floor stops you and says, Miss Snakehole, was it? You were here to see Miss Thiebley. What's your relation to her?
She's my godmother, but I grew up like she was my aunt.
She says, okay, well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but she's in poor condition right now. She was found on the side of the road, bloodied up and with lots of cuts on her. We're not exactly sure what happened, but she was found not only just battered, but also naked. And we don't know exactly what happened to her. She's right now not conscious. She's been in a coma. So they show you Millie in her hospital bed. She's all hooked up to all kinds of machines and stuff, but nothing that's like pumping her lungs, but everything that's keeping track of her vitals. She's got that little heart monitor thing going on. She's got a bag full of fluids that they're dripping into her. And the nurse says to you that she looks like she's in stable condition right now, but we'll see. Things can go up or down. We're not exactly sure how this is going to turn out, but the stable condition is giving us hope right now.
Is she like so hooked up I can't like hug her?
Yeah, I'm going to say you go over to hug her, and the nurse stops you and says it's probably best not to really touch her right now. You can hold her hand if you'd like.
Okay. So I sit down next to her and hold her hand. Is she like, can she talk? Or is she like all...
She seems unresponsive.
Okay.
You can see she's all bruised and stuff like around like her face.
I guess I just like asked the nurse, like, do they know who did this? Like, where did they find her?
They found her at the edge of a park.
In what neighborhood? Like in her neighborhood?
No, up in the Bala Cynwyd area.
Oh.
Old Body Dump Park.
You know the one. I don't know. I guess you just asked the nurse, like, who brought her here? Who found her? Like
the police found her on the side of the road. Again, she was kind of naked and covered in blood.
how long has she been there?
She's been here since 8 p.m. yesterday.
I don't know. I'd probably just say, like, I'm gonna find out who did this to you. And I'm still drunk. Like,
Yeah.
so I'm like being like weirdly like extra like, I'm gonna find out who did
You're, like,
this to
petting
you,
her hand.
Millie. I love you. Yeah, like just
You're swearing revenge at this point.
yes, exactly. I will avenge.
Drunkenly
her.
swearing revenge.
Yeah, all while like kissing her hand and being like,
Makes sense.
is there a phone in there?
There is a phone in there. As you lean over for the phone, give me spot hit and roll.
Is that both dice?
That's both dice again.
That's
yeah.
both dice.
Both dice. Compare that to your spot hit.
Not great.
Not great.
97.
97. Do you want to push the roll?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know
Hard
why.
to do
I
worse
just
than
do.
27. But
Yeah. 85.
Oh, still bad.
So fucking horrible.
So you start to reach over for the phone and you kind of lose your balance and fall over and push your weight onto Millie. And the hospital nurse grabs you and says, excuse me, ma'am, are you drunk right now?
For shame.
maybe.
I had 3 shots at work hours ago.
She says to you, ma'am, you can't be on the hospital floor in this room drunk with the patient in this sort of condition. You're going to have to leave.
Damn.
Embarrassing.
Embarrassing. Also, I probably had like 20 shots, but that's how drunk people lie. Just like, I only had 3 shots 12 hours ago.
She was like drinking can of water.
That's exactly how I lie when I'm drunk.
Let's say, I guess I just call a cab,
All right. Call a cab and go
put a
home.
bunch of money in a vending machine, and get like a bunch of snacks because I'm also like drunk and starving.
Get
So
some
while I
chips and
wait for the
coffee.
cab, yeah, I've got like Fritos and hospital coffee.
Cup
Yeah,
coffee. Full
winning
house.
combination.
It's got the little cards that go around it.
Yeah, so I guess I just get a cab home.
Okay. All right. So cab home then. You're going to get home around like 9:30, 10 in the morning, we're going to say.
Okay.
You get home before you can actually kind of crash out, I guess. And Walter, what are you doing that morning?
By 10, well, I guess it doesn't necessarily leave off there for him, but you probably get up relatively early and get ready. Bring whatever tools he thinks might be appropriate for some restoration work. Maybe some putties. Maybe some like fine detail paints for filling in cracks and stuff like that.
Okay.
Warm up that Pinto, and I don't know. Oh, actually, yeah, maybe he would try to drive. It's a Saturday. Maybe there's parking. It's early enough. I'll take his chances. He got some tools today.
Okay.
Is there like an alley or anything that's like private parking? That's that street behind there? Sansom, I think, or no? There's some kind of
Samson?
street right behind Chestnut. It's not really like a street, but it's,
I think Samson is what you're thinking of there. So you might be able to find parking back there on a Saturday
yeah. He
morning.
figures he's probably not going to be there for the full day, so maybe he'll take his chances and
Yeah.
not have to carry a bunch of tools and stuff a couple blocks.
Right. Okay. So you do that, go to work, and park up on Sampson Street. And you just wait there for Miss Bellagrosso?
I do.
Okay. Come noon promptly, the front door opens. Ding, 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 ding. The bell goes. In walks Miss Bellagrosso, her hair done up in a tight bun. Her thick gold-rimmed glasses are on, and she's wearing a white blazer over a black, what looks like almost leotard-type kind of outfit. It's got a belt
like
with
it.
a
I
white
like
belt with the gold buckle on it as well.
Huge gold buckle too.
Yeah, oh, it's
Yeah.
big. It's big. It's very
Greets her
showy.
and says,
And she walks in.
prompt and stylish as ever, I see.
She doesn't laugh at you. She just gives you a blank look, and she has a something in a cloth that she's holding under her one arm. She goes, "Yes, Mr. Pentagras, is there a private room we can?"
Of course. And he looks over to whoever else might be there running the store and says, I'm going to speak with Mrs. Bellagrossa in the study.
Okay. And the one owner there, Headley, says to you, "Oh yeah, of course, Walter."
Gestures towards there and says, right this way.
And she follows you to your back study. In your back study, she puts the... Do you have a desk in your study, I'm assuming?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's probably like a desk and little workspace, like kind of like a workbench rather. I mean, I'm sure he's got to like spread out a few tools and solvents and different things for fixing old books
Without
and stuff like that.
asking you or saying where she should put this or anything, she walks right over to your desk and plops it down on top of it. And then takes the cloth off of it, and you see the statue up close. The statue is, again, very strange, hard to describe, and horrible all at the same time. You can see that there is a hole in it, but the statue starts to kind of have a weird pull to it to you. Give me a power roll.
Jumanji.
He says, I should, he kind of like
get
slows
all
up
of
as he
you.
begins to speak. He says, I should probably take a photograph or two and try to document some of the damage. And I guess like he would look, like he'd probably started to go for his camera, and then like as the statue kind of pulls him a little bit, maybe like he gets distracted from whatever direction he was going to. Oh, a 3 is an exceptionally low power.
Okay, very good. So you start to feel it kind of a draw to the statue, but then you realize it's really just professional curiosity that's drawing you to the statue.
Yeah, he still has a strict.
That's
set of
so
guidelines,
Walter.
Yes.
And, he says any piece of works that I restore, I start with some documentation. So he breaks out the camera and makes sure he's got a few rolls or a few exposures past where he left off last time.
Okay.
Try to snap a few. Ooh, an 18, I believe that is within his photographic skill there.
Oh, you have photography as an art?
I do.
Nice.
Got 30 points.
Next
in
time on That's So Walter.
Typical Walters. It's like a Swiss Army knife.
Well, you know, I mean, it's a professional thing. So he takes a few pictures and then sets the camera down and grabs a magnifying glass of some sort, either like a handheld or his several lensed specs that I mentioned in the earlier portion of the game.
Okay. All right.
Whichever happens to be closer, and looks closely at the hole in this
Okay,
statue.
take a nice close look at the hole in the statue. Give me a spot hidden roll.
I wonder what could have produced this damage to the piece. It is metal, right? And he kind of like feels it a little bit more, kind of checks some of the sharp edges for how rigid they are. 28, I believe that's within his spot.
Or the break in the statue is more like a crack than a hole, I guess you would say. But you look into that crack in the statue, and with your 28 is a hard pass.
It's a few points away from a hard pass now. I have 50. I wonder though, in this case, I'd spend 3 luck. I wouldn't mind getting a hard pass if it makes any difference.
Hard pass would make a difference.
Yeah, because he is interested in a thorough inspection here. That's fine. So I'll spend 3 luck.
Inside the statue, you think you see what looks like a roll of paper or something like that?
Huh. He doesn't say anything about it and kind of plays it off. He says, well, I gotta be honest with you, I'm a bit relieved that it is a crack and not actually a puncture, which I thought you mentioned originally when we spoke. He says, I could certainly do something to improve the appearance here. He says, or I guess looking at it a little bit closer, can he determine what it's been made out of?
It looks, if you got like some of that acids and stuff like that.
I don't know. He probably wouldn't want to use acid for most of the... Okay.
It appears to be iron.
So pretty tough
Would be
then?
your best guess.
Okay. Says, well, we're fortunate that the break isn't more severe. This seems like a pretty sturdy piece.
She says to you, yes, so it looks like it can be fixed. What kind of price range are we talking about for fixing these?
Well, honestly, I'm rather intrigued by this piece, and I'd be willing to do it for a pretty modest fee. Let's say no more than $300, depending on the cost of materials.
She says, yes, well, I am willing to spend up to 400.
I'm sure we can make that work. And he nods.
If you need any other materials or anything, of course.
Says, well, fortunately I do have the next 2 days off, so with your permission, I'll begin immediately.
Okay. She says, yes, please begin immediately. And she starts to write out a check for half the money that you quoted her. She writes you out a check for $200.
Is the information on the check for the business, or is this a personal check?
This is a personal check.
He says in that case, also, what is this the best number to reach you at? He reads out the number on the check. Or is there a better number to reach you at the studio?
She says, I'll tell you what. She says, either call the studio, which I am at most of the time. Here's my home number.
Oh, very well. And then he updates his planner and the page that has any information pertaining to her. Very well then. I'll get to work and update you as soon as I know a little more and have something good for you.
She says, okay, very good.
I feel like Walter's the kind of dude that would update his accountant right away. I just made $200 on a side job.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And make sure that he's paying taxes on it and everything.
So he nods and covers the statue back up and escorts her, or walks her out if she's ready to leave.
Yep, she leaves.
All right. And looks back to Headley and says, I'll be in the back for a bit. I've got something interesting to work on.
And he says, okay, that's fine, Walter. Take as much time as you need.
It's his day off, so he's kind of just
Right.
hanging out. But he says, if anything comes along that you need a second opinion with, just let me know.
Absolutely.
Then I'll head on back.
All right.
So, how big is this crack? This piece of paper or whatever I saw inside, does it look like I have the tools, like a thin pair of tweezers?
It looks like
maybe,
with a
or
pair of
something I can
tweezers, you
slip
might
in
be
there?
able to fish this out.
Well, I'm pretty intrigued, and I'd start to do that first.
Okay, give me a quick dexterity roll. See how well you can do with this.
Ooh, not the highest. Yikes. Better warm these dice up. I've had a few low rolls in a row here. Let's see if my luck can hold. Oh, that's so high. 92 will not do it.
You want to push it?
Yes, but let me think. Yeah, I guess I have to. What? Tell me a little more about this paper. If I shine some light in there, can I see exactly what I'm dealing with? Are we talking about like something like a fortune cookie size piece of
No,
paper, or
it's
like
sheet
what?
of paper like from like a book almost.
Oh, that big. Okay,
But it looks like it's rolled up.
gotcha. Well, yeah, I guess if there's any better light or something that might aid me, might have to do that. Kind of see if we can try. Yeah.
I'm very nervous about this note.
Oh my goodness, that stinks. I just can't seem to reach it.
Okay, so here's what happens: if you failed your pushed roll, you reach in and you start to pull the paper out, and you kind of hit a snag, and the edge of the paper tears, and the rest of it falls back into the statue.
Damn, that's pretty brutal. Well, how much of the paper stayed on the tweezers?
Very little. It's just like you just basically tore the corner of the paper.
Okay. Well, I certainly don't want to lose that for whatever it's worth, so I'm going to find a small container to put that into in the
Okay.
hopes that I can reattach it to whatever piece of paper if I should get that out later.
Okay.
I guess maybe a silly question here, but are there any other... there's no other, like, points of entry to this thing, right? Like, it's... does it look like it was intentionally sealed in there? More or less, I guess.
Kind of.
Gonna have to open it like a coconut. It's the only way. Just like bash that open.
You try to suck it out with your mouth.
Oops. Accident.
What? I don't know why that was so gross.
Because it's a head eating itself.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, because it's absolutely disgusting already.
It's just metal, you know? It's just artistic license. As awful as it is.
Yeah.
Fucking art.
Yeah, I'm not sure, man. That's pretty brutal. I think he would probably sit down and try to come up with a way to get this out without damaging it further.
Give me an intelligence roll.
Both the art and the paper itself. 48 should be within his intelligence. Yeah, that's pass.
Okay. With a pair of pliers, you think you might be able to open this up just a little bit more without damaging the statue more?
Okay.
And then maybe flip it over and shake it out.
Yeah, like gravity help it out. Yeah, okay. I did think about that too. Well, yeah, I think gonna have to try that. I hate to damage the piece, but honestly, thinking that Millie's probably not even alive anymore, and
Oh, that's right. You don't know.
yeah, I think he's probably less interested in the statue and finding out what this paper is. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Was I rolling something with the pliers? I probably should've
With the
checked that.
pliers, give me a strength roll. Well, what'd you roll?
58 is way higher than his strength, unfortunately.
How much higher?
38 points.
Okay, so I would say you managed to kind of pry it open a little bit, but maybe not quite enough. If you go to shake this thing upside down, give me a luck roll.
Okay. And even then low rolls again. Yeah, 16 is pretty
Okay,
lucky.
so this thing, you do manage to pry it open just enough and shake it. The edge of the paper comes out where you can see that it's totally rolled, and you can grab it and actually just pull it right out of it.
And I do so,
Okay,
carefully
you pull it out.
and slowly.
Do you unravel it? You
Absolutely.
unravel it, and what you see there is a sheet that is all written in Russian.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and we're gonna end the episode there.
Oh, man.
On that note,
It's a good spot.
You're lucky
Being
you
rude
can't
at
read
this
it.
point.
You don't want to know.
yeah.
Good spot right there.
Let somebody else read
So
it
I'm
first
gonna
and
have
see
to
what
find
happens.
someone who can read that, I guess. But we'll see if you can do that next time. Until then, remember, sanity is overrated. Hey, this is George. Just a quick reminder to like, follow, and review us if you like what you're hearing. You can email us at contact@thatcthulhujohn.com with any comments. And you can follow us on Instagram at thatcthulhujohn.